Welcome to Soprano Hotel Podcast. My name is Diana, and together with Sebastian, we will be sharing our more than 10 years of experience within hospitality sector, consulting, recruiting, and outsourcing.
Exactly. And just imagine you are traveling around the world, maybe in the private case, maybe in a business point, and you have the clearness and the safetyness that every hotel, every traveling has the same quality, gives you a good feeling, good energy. And that is why we decided to invite you in our podcast as owner of a hotel, as management, as team member from a hotel, and as a guest as well.
Over our podcast, we will go through the whole year cycle, sharing and discussing the processes of the hotel and sharing the best experiences and insights. Stay with us. Hello, Sebastian.
Hello there, It's the third time, right?
Yes. And sometimes things happen, just like today before starting to record this podcast episode.
Yeah.
We had technical difficulties joining the same studio
But another room. And another room on the same time, and everyone waits for the another one in another room. And yes, we agreed that I'm right today, but I wasn't 100% right. It was minimum to 50%, yeah, for the moment.
Okay. Well, things, just like in business happen, and sometimes people and some processes struggle and there are failures. And we have been speaking in previous podcast episode about how robotics can replace and will replace certain positions in hospitality sector, just like robots working, delivering the luggage, or robots working in the reception, and chefs, maybe some robots mixing, some ingredients and getting the delivery. In some cases, these are already the present. In some cases, it is still the future and the question of investment. But I liked one thought of yours, the work smart, not hard. So as humans, we're working what? Hard?
That's a good question. It's time for the audience to reflect herself. Heart with HARD, or from the heart, like from the emotion side. And that is what I more understand. And I understand the robotic theme, that robotics machines, when they have a good quality, a good technology, a good AI in the background, then they work much smarter than humans. Okay. And if we take this as a chance, we have more time, more space to come back on this hard thing in the emotional stuff. Let us share the short content from the keynote from this guy in Prague of where we were together on this conference. And when Jakub told about something from robotic and AI as on the reception, take the phone call, or giving some appointments, and so on and so on. And the customer and the client don't notice that is a robotic or an AI. So how good it is. You can be available 24 hours, 365 days in the same quality without saying to a human, hey, you have the night session, wish you good luck, and don't sleep in, right? Much advantage. Here I see the advantage. And on the same time, what is the need and the demand for hotels, the management and the leaders, that they create some spaces, some points, some positions for receptionists when they don't do more of this appointment stuff or databases. So what can they do? What can they arrange much more for the possible clients, or big chance? And in general, also a decision. how you want to develop your location, your hotel, your gastronomy in general in the next years. If you don't do it, you will lose something. Maybe not all the things, but you will lose something. Or you positioned directly say, okay, the fully hotel is without robotic, and that can be also make you unique in the future. But make a decision. What is connecting to you better from your own interest, not only from the company side as a leader, as a manager, which have you interest? Are you technology interested? Then do it. If you're not, then find the analog way. But do it now. So world changes very fast, right?
And I think we can also see good and also bad examples of AI.
Yeah.
For example, chatbots,
Mhm.
that some companies are implementing. And I honestly have had experience whenever something is not working. And I think it is the most of the times when you reach out to the chat for help. And for example, one of the recruitment software that I had some question, I'm writing there in the support as a client already logged in, with this information. And what I get, automatic answers that are far away from what I'm searching for. And I know that I just need a human person who can help me to discover what is the issue there. Instead of that, I keep getting some links to some blog articles that are not even related to that. So for me, that was, as a long-term client of this company, quite a disappointment. And of course, when you compare that, for example, it sometimes can be after working hours communication that you need, and some companies, they provide this assistance 20, okay, maybe not 24/7, but extending the working hours, for example. And some people might be working in the evening, or let's say it's B2C segment where people are maybe shopping for some beauty products and they want to find out something, and they are reaching out to the chatbot or to the support chat with some question. And it's somebody that cannot answer as a human and give some specific answer, but rather sends you some blog articles about not even related questions, So that is giving disappointment as a client. Therefore, I think those companies that are investing in AI solutions or in robots who can replace some of the workforce, they should really consider the whole process, how it will look like, how it can be adjusted, not to have situations like this. On the other hand, I fully agree that sometimes it is also in certain positions, like we are speaking about the receptionist. For the daytime, it is much easier to find a receptionist than for a night shift, because a lot of people want to live regular day life and sleep at night, or rest after their family is back in the evening from school, from work, and spend the time like that, not at work. Of course, sometimes there are certain positions where you can adjust and use AI and implement it and save some time, just like last time that we were speaking, that humans have emotional intelligence and reaction to that. I think it's a matter of question when someone who is working as this AI solution will learn that emotional intelligence. Could be that we will have in the future
That is
humanoids.
yeah. The result of automation is the quality of the analogy or the analogic situation process before. And I don't know if it worked also in the hospitality, but I read it in a book from the one of the famous, in European famous scientists for the future in the business case. And he in this book is written that a grandfather has a bad or a big illness, and the doctor said, okay, your expectation to live is 3-4 years. And this was the start that the son, as IT expert, record the voice of the grandfather with all the situation, and the AI had the chance to learn over 4 years from the origin, from the grandfather. What was the goal or the result? The grandfather and the granddaughter had a special relationship, and when the granddaughter heard about this illness, she was very sad about it, or and couldn't understand it, and so on. And the son, or her father, and the son of the grandfather, of course, create over 4 years a duplicate of the grandfather in the voice, so that the granddaughter had the feeling, okay, grandfather is still there. But what was the first start? Start to record the analog things. It is a parallel thing. The thing is, what we also do in analog processes, also in the teams and so on, write down the situation. It doesn't matter, is this a little one or a bigger one from the influence of the company, of the clients and so on. Write it down. What you have written down, what that you can use as database, and not some, we take a look on it, or some fairy tales or whatever. It must be relevant for your business and for your company, for the team as well. And so you give automatically from this analog version also some emotionally aspects, I would say so, to the AI or robotic or whatever. And there is no shortcut for that in my world, in my meaning. Do your homework, then you had a good result. If you don't do the homework, forget it, don't invest and hope that everything worked. That's for me. And it worked for every position. Like also for chefs, for example. If you don't find chefs, yes, you can do some automations, or you share and develop your menu. I saw it yesterday, like in a smart food restaurant. They make millions of euros per year with automation. And they prepare, for example, a completely table with 6 guests in 10 minutes, because the automation was before. So fresh food and so on, but they don't need more a chef. They create some menus, what is preparable for every person who is interested in food, who likes some systems, routines, and so on. Yes, in the future, it can be also do robotics. So that is the point. But what you can use, what is the chance for you to use technology to have more effectiveness, more customer relationship, more customer journey, and so on, that you also show, hey, we are on point. We are not old school. We like old school, but also using modern things. And there is not this red path for everybody. You can use it, try it, use it and try it, and use it and try it. It's about like the sports, like everything, training.
I believe in certain situations, just like I had recently a conversation with a client, and we have been speaking that for bigger companies, for bigger corporations, yes, they are investing a lot in automation. They are investing and trying various solutions how to save and make it efficient, compensating workforce. However, smaller, remote boutique hotels, they don't have such financial resources to invest in such technologies yet, because these are new, these are very expensive. And one point that the client said that, in some cases, yes, you can hire a chef who will just prepare food by the recipe. So it means that there are certain ingredients, certain amount, you just make it by the book. However, boutique hotels that are focusing more on fine dining, on the experience, and they are not just serving breakfast, and they want to have regular customers, local ones or international ones who keep coming for that experience. They are looking for the chefs who would be also creative. And they said, we don't even imagine how some robot can invent some taste. How can robot interpret the smell, the taste, the texture, the portions, how they are arranged in a plate, and all of that, because it's all about the creativity. And some of our clients, they have different menus every day. They have different food. For example, one company is focusing only on lamb meat, and they are mostly working with it. But every time it might be something different. It might be burgers made with lamb meat. It can be some steaks, and so on and so on. So it's also about the creativity. What can you do more with that? How can you increase it? Did the guests enjoy the dish, or they were like not satisfied? How can you add more of for example, Scandinavian cuisine? How can you add more taste of Italian food? What spices can make it better, and so on and so on. So in certain cases, when you can automate repeating tasks, and whenever it is about the simple ingredients and simple formulas, that is one thing. However, for smaller companies, they are focusing on a little bit different experience, and they are saying nobody can replace the human taste and smell yet. Not yet.
Can I give you a perspective?
Yeah, of course.
What will be the future in general? Take a look at some TV series like Star Trek, like Star Wars, and so on. What they do otherwise than now. They have mostly already the solutions what comes, right? One thing, robotic and automation is expensive. No. Into comparison to what? I noticed that one robotic as a receptionist, for example, you can buy fully automated. I don't know how big or how good is the quality or not. 20,000 euro plus installation or whatever. What your employee earn at the moment per year, including some calculation of illness, vacation, and so on. I think it is not higher or lower. I don't know. You are the expert what they earn. Second thing is how they can learn it. Connecting. When AI connect and when robotic, for example, you are a robotic company, you develop a robotic as assistant for a chef, for example. A robotic can do the jobs much faster. For example, cutting onions. Yeah. So I think a robotic can do much more and don't need the break, right? And under the responsibility of the chef, for example, and you also can program it then with some analyzing tools. Since the early 80s, since Richard Feynman, there is plenty room of the bottom. Then the analyzing of nanos, quantum technologies, and so on. Then we can understand how this works much more. And if we connect the world and the robotics that they learn from each other much faster than humans, so it's possible also to implement some human senses in this with an analyzing tool. What is it? Is it spicy or not? In comparison to what? Then we have a scale from 0 till 10. 10 is, you need a doctor on the side, maybe. And 0 is, okay, very smart. But it is a learning. And they can learn it very good with analyzing tools. For me, it's an every time for the humans, especially in the hospitality, be an expert in your position in the relationship management. So guess what happened? Yeah, the kitchen works. Only the chef say, okay, this, and that automatically. And the chef has finally to chance to speak with every guest, to make some conversation, to describe something, and so on and so on. In which it is only in the high price level often that the chef comes outside and says, okay, celebrate, that is the star. But let us come the star on the stage. that could be very good. And second thing is what you shared is your target group, your target client, your target guest, your target group. Because this pyramid of customers, ABC, is not more relevant. Yeah, we have cheaper things and smart work, we say so, can do robotics smarter. And so the products are also will be more cheaper. Point. That is the consequence. And in the middle one, we don't have it. They oriented. And then we have individualism. It will be people coming to an analog restaurant because maybe they need some balance from their technology world and so on. And here's the chance to make you unique. That is what I mean with positioning. And also, it's about the target group. It's not about my ego. I'm the chef and I want to next in the Michelin star. Hey, come on. Who said it? Who gave you the Michelin star? The tester, the jury, or whatever. I think it is not, or it could be, or it must be a way to define maybe not completely new, but put it on the next level. So either you do it or, yeah, do it for the over next clients.
I fully agree with what you're saying. What I think can be a challenge that for hotels who are working for the season only, they have a small team, and you sometimes hear from the candidates questions, have you updated technologies in the kitchen, for example, the mixing machine and so on, kitchenware, what is essential, the professional one, and some companies are investing in this more or less, and some are just working through the season. So it depends. Again, I fully agree that the technologies will develop, and we will already have this senses available for us somehow to experience, even using, computers. That, for example, like now when you decide to shop for perfume, will you do it online unless you have your favorite one and you know already the smell and you're purchasing it again and again? So that's one case. However, if you're looking for something new, you cannot smell it. Yes, you see it's rose, jasmine, vanilla, and something else in the ingredients, so you kind of imagine. But a lot of perfume can have the same ingredients but will smell very differently, so the technologies will develop, hopefully in the nearest future, that we can also experience this kind of thing. And I think even heard that there is already some technology that is working on it, but not sure when it will be available for everyone and it will be widespread. That would be I think also contributing when working in certain professions and giving this experience, how humanoids can analyze human behavior, how they can respond to it, how well it is trained to respond using emotional intelligence. I think that's where it is coming to.
Yeah, and we cannot catch it as a human because we can't think exponential. That is not possible. We humans can only thinking linear.
Yeah.
And that is, there is some short exercise with some chess, and you cut it again and again, and it has some. That is not this is this top down principle of top down, and also in the same time bottom up, right? If you share it, short recommendation to some nanotechnology stuff and so on, what does it mean? You change the size of the pieces and they becoming completely or getting completely other characteristics. And I see it also. So either, because let it flow. Some years ago, we riding with the horse over the street, right? Some years ago, we said, okay, when I have a call to at the end of the world, I must travel or have a bigger telephone or much expensive. You only have to take a look in the last 5 years how technology developed in every time. And that must be exponential. So it can be tomorrow, it can be in 3 months, it can be in 1 year, but have it on focus. Not in the fully one, but so nearby, and every time, so 20 minutes per day, take a look on it, or ask some people who are in, or they are in. And then, surprise, surprise, tomorrow's the next iPhone on the floor or in the shop. And that's it.
You're reading my mind. I was
Yeah,
just thinking about the iPhone
in
development.
general, I also have one. Who needs, in general, an iPhone? Nobody. Because for that, it is too expensive to call, right? But you buy not the iPhone, you buy the brand and also technology in a way.
And the experience in a way.
Of course, and
image, yeah.
And when this iPhone has a possibility, how iPhone can help you 100%. I believe we only use it to, or in my world, maybe to 10%, to 20%, or whatever. We don't use it in the fully way. It's like in a CRM, that is like in all the things. So that is relevant. I have to be clear before in my personality at first with the why and so on. What is in for me when I go on the path automation, digitalization, robotic, whatever. What does it mean for the company? And so on. That is analog thinking. That is analog doing, and you have to do the homework before. Otherwise, it's like lottery. It could be, it can be, but yeah. And then you'll be coming back on this question, what you said before. You want to be right or happy? Yeah, that's it.
So with that, we will close our episode for today. And we hope to hear your feedback. And let's see us in next month.
Thank you for visiting us at Hotel Soprana podcast about hospitality. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and see you in 2 weeks.